Welcome to Topstep Funded Trader Interview. I'm Eddie Horn, and today we've got Victor with us. Victor, are one of our newest funded traders, and we're going to be getting to him in just a few seconds here. But hey, just a reminder, make sure your pencils are sharpened, ink in your pen. You're going to want to take notes for this one. Victor's got some knowledge. He wants to share his journey here at Topstep. So take notes. It'll benefit you in the future. So, Victor, how are you today?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I am fine. Thank you very much for asking. A little cloudy here in Chicago, but I can see where you are. It's little, you got a little sunshine over there.
Actually, I'm looking at a brick alleyway. It's a light that looks kind of like the sun that's kind of next to my desk just to get it a little brighter in here.
That's okay though. That's okay. Whatever works. Whatever works.
Exactly.
And now, Victor, tell us about yourself a little bit before we get into this.
So, born in Georgia, raised in Kentucky. So, I'm fairly southern in my platitude. But I'm living in New York City, living in Manhattan with a girlfriend, and really going for the trading thing. I really appreciate what kind of lifestyle and freedom that trading can provide. I suppose that's the allure to a lot of people, but so that's what I'm doing currently. There's not really much anyone would really need to know. I'm a fairly standard person.
Well, let's get into talking about trading. Now, who or what, Victor, got you interested in trading? What was the first little ball rolling?
I'd say, especially last year, there was a certain mania, a certain ecstasy that was gripping a lot of people who, at least I knew, and it seems like a lot of people across the country, to get into trading. The markets were parabolic, they're completely vertical. Everyone was going crazy, everyone was going nuts, seeing green. So I fell into that around August. No particular person really got me interested, no particular influencer. It was just a general sentiment of everything is going really well right now. So I thought I'd try my hand at trading. It started off fairly simple, just buying a stock and selling it. And I bought stuff like American Express and Ford, and of course, along with everything else, the rising tides rose everything, and I was like, oh, this is pretty great. I'm pretty good at this. So I tried new things, crypto. I got really into crypto for a while, and then once things stopped really going up endlessly, that's when I really got serious and had to really evaluate what it meant to make money in the financial markets, especially right now.
Now, you still got positions in crypto?
I do. I have some positions in crypto, but I sold a lot of them a few months ago. But I have like two positions. I have Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's it. I
Okay.
don't have anything else.
Was there any education that you have taken, any training prior to coming here at Top Step?
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, I early on, as with anything, it makes more sense to have a group of people who are doing something so that they can learn from each other. And I recognize this, with everything, it's like that with the market. So I sought out places that I could find people who I could learn from, smart people who I could learn from. So I joined Discord communities. So if anyone's familiar with crypto traders or X trades, these are communities with I believe over 100,000 people each. I align myself to these communities. I became actually paid members or paid analysts in some of these communities fairly quickly. So I was like you could call it an administrator or an analyst for a very large crypto community. And with that, I got access to some really cool friends who were really intelligent, some who were actually market makers in crypto. So that provided a very interesting insight into how some of the markets work. I'm not sure exactly if it aligns totally with traditional markets, but I align myself with people who really did know what they were doing. And that was the education I received, was really just being proximal to some of these really talented, very successful traders, but no
See,
formal education.
it's good to have a mentor, a friend that you can trust. um, that's going to tell you the truth, whether you're doing good or bad. It's only going to help you. So no sugarcoating. That's the kind of friends I like. And
Absolutely.
just so you know, Topstep's got a Discord channel. So hope to see you in there
Okay.
soon.
Okay. I didn't realize.
Now, trading now products. What are you trading now with Topstep?
I will trade random things at random times. So a lot of trading recently has been S&P 500, Nasdaq futures, oil futures, but occasionally I'll kind of go into some more obscure contracts. Like corn has been one that's interested to me. I'll
Okay.
trade that. I don't. I think I trade that through Topstep, but I also use TS Trader for another account. But corn, high grade copper, some of the milk industry has been kind of interesting, but mainly corn, I would say, and wheat, of course, are two contracts that have interested me recently.
Now, out of all those that you mentioned, which one has been your best friend?
Typically, the one with the highest liquidity, that's the one that's going to be my friend at the time. It's not going to be what it's not consistent. Like the Nasdaq will be good to you for a while, but the Nasdaq can be cold and ruthless other times, and it really is just, are people participating in this market? Because if not, without a lot of liquidity, it can get pretty brutal. And that's what happened in crypto. That's what got me out of crypto and into futures. And to begin with, was the total disappearance of liquidity from the crypto markets, with the exception of a few coins. So it really is dependent on the day, to be honest.
Okay, that's a great answer. Let's talk about the top step process. How many combines have you gone through?
Don't even know. All the way to funded one. Um, Before that, resets, probably probably in the teens. I would say it was a good amount. I had a lot of crypto. I sold a lot of crypto and just went for it and tried to learn it all. And I definitely could have used a lot less combines than I did. That's for sure. I was not smart about it.
Okay, well, you got to where you wanted to be, and you know, using that, utilizing what's offered. Now, how about indicators? You know, a lot of people out there, we've got so many different indicators. Those that are listening probably want to know what indicators you're using. So if you could share that with us, that would be great.
I don't use indicators. I've never used indicators. Volume is the only one I use, and I've only used that since I've gotten into the traditional markets because I think it probably can't be faked like it can in crypto.
All right. Now let's talk about your strengths and weaknesses. Now, your strength obviously is patience. Um, what have you have to add to that? What's your top strength that you're proud of?
I would say I wouldn't say patience is my biggest strength. I would say patience is my biggest weakness. It's something that I have to work on constantly. Patience is a big weakness for me, but strength is confidence in something, confidence in a trading plan. That's one thing that has really assisted me in holding things that I probably wouldn't have held if I didn't have the confidence to hold them. I'm fairly disciplined when it comes to sticking to what I've set out for myself for a trade. So um, when I was not as disciplined, I would be moving stop losses and changing the places that I'd be selling some of these contracts. But discipline has helped. I have an idea of what I want this trade to do. If I take it and it does what I want it to do, great. If it doesn't, I get rid of it. So that's another strength that I have done fairly well on. Obviously, it's still a long way to go. And passion, if you can call passion a strength, which I think you
Certainly.
can.
Yes, you can.
Um, Passion is a strength because it is something I do enjoy doing. And if I feel like without passion, then really it's probably never even worth it to get really deep into it. I would say those are my three biggest strengths.
Okay. And of course, you turned it around on me and said that patience is a weakness.
Big one.
It is, and but it can be a strength too. I mean,
Yes.
many times you're tested with patience, and it gets to the point where you focus a little more on something that isn't working, just to get that up to speed. And that's one of my things too is patience.
Yes.
Um,
And I was not. I was not saying that patience is a weakness. My personal weakness, one of my probably my biggest weakness is patience. Patience is probably the number one strength that a trader or an investor can have is patience. I totally believe that.
I agree. I agree. Now we've got a lot of traders out there listening to this interview, and I want to ask you about words of wisdom. Now, what words of wisdom would you share with a new trader?
I would say until you can actually move a market with your trading, until you can really, until that moment, the only thing you can do is have an idea, trade it, have an invalidation, kill it at the invalidation if it doesn't go right, manage your risk. Don't be going guns blazing on every idea because a lot of times it's going to be wrong. And have realistic targets. Don't aim for the moon. Aim for something that's already happened. Don't long something and say, "Oh, I'll sell it at 100%." Be realistic. That's what I wish I would have known at the beginning of my trading.
Well, it's you put a game plan together, you get your ideas together, you get your directions together, and that's where the discipline comes in to follow through. And
Mm-hmm.
if you can follow through on that, you're moving forward. Now,
Absolutely.
Victor, you're putting together a team of traders, an all-star super team. What qualities are you looking for that make a good trader?
Am I just looking at individuals or am I like building a team? Because building a team, I would look for different qualities in different people. But if I'm just looking for the perfect trader to have as a part of a team, it would be someone who could unbelievably manage their risk just to such a level that it's incomprehensible to most people. Um, Without, it's in trading, it is a very important thing, as you mentioned earlier. Um, just staying in the fight, I guess, if you want to call it, being able to live to have another opportunity, making sure that you're not losing too much on bad ideas because a lot of ideas are going to be bad. If I could find someone who is just unbelievable at managing risk, that would be the ideal quality. The only one that I think would make a truly great trader is just an unbelievable ability to manage risk.
And in the trading combine, step two, we focus on management. And speaking of that, has Top Step made you a better trader?
Yes, simply because it provided me the opportunity to participate in a market that is very inaccessible to a lot of people. Um, you can't. I mean, it's you have to have a ton of personal capital, which I'm 22. I don't have a ton of personal capital. Um, some of these contracts require a lot of money, and Topstep provides the biggest thing that Topstep has provided is just access to some of these contracts because there are always great opportunities. It's just you're limited by the amount of money you have in your account. So that has been the one big thing that Topstep has helped. They've also helped with significantly helped with my position sizing. It's really helped me refine that aspect of my trading is just position sizing, exposure to certain markets. That seems like a really big thing that Topstep pushes, especially with like the scaling plan in step two, making you really think about your position sizing and your exposure to certain contracts and experiencing kind of what can go wrong if you're exposed to light or what can go wrong if you're not exposed heavy enough potentially. Um, I think that's what Topstep has done most for me.
What do you like most about Top Step?
The access to trading any contract. I like that the most about Top Step. I haven't gone too. I think I'm not utilizing Top Step like a lot of people probably should be doing. There's a lot of cool features and functions of Top Step that evaluate your trading and are very insightful. But I'm so used to just like writing it down in a notebook that I think I neglect to use a lot of what makes Top Step kind of really unique and helps a lot of traders out. I think I just haven't gotten around to using it, to be honest.
Okay, now that's something we are taking notes on is Journal. I tell a lot of my traders that you need to journal. You never know when the same situation is going to arise, and you've come upon, you've had it before, and look in your journal and see what you did, how you reacted, what the market did. This could help you, you know, have a good trade and avoid a bad trade. Now,
Exactly.
let me ask you, what's the one rule that you could say has helped you the most with getting funded? What rule?
I would say the number one rule that has helped me in getting funded, that Topstep specifically has provided. I think the scaling plan, a specific aspect of the scaling plan, which is just not having access to a lot of contracts, I think helped me got funded because once again, patience is I think my biggest weakness. And my instinct, because in crypto, the leverage is unbelievable. I mean, it's
Right.
ridiculous. You're getting 100x leverage on every contract you want. So my instinct is to just expose a ton of capital to certain ideas. That is my natural instinct, and that's where I have to work on patience. And the scaling plan, limiting your access to a bunch of contracts, definitely helped me to just realize where I was going wrong with my exposure. And after the scaling plan, I still would stick to the minimal amount of contracts, um, especially as I was getting better and more in tune with the futures markets. The scaling plan definitely helped me out greatly.
Okay. Thank you, Victor. And it does stop you from sort of going overboard. I mean, you catch a market the wrong way. With that scaling plan, you're doing minimum, and you're earning more buying power as you profit. So that does help.
Mhm.
Now, Victor, let's talk about outside of trading. Besides trading, hobbies, collections, sports, music, any of those click?
I I had a lot more hobbies in Kentucky. In New York, I'm still searching for things to do in New York because I moved here just a few months ago. So honestly, it's been actually my hobby is searching for hobbies right now. I've found a few things. I've gotten kind of into jazz. There's a lot of jazz clubs here, and
Yep.
stand-up comedy is another thing that I've gotten pretty into as I've been here because these are just things that I have access to where I don't have access to the things I used to do. So not a whole lot right now.
All right. Now for the fun question. All right. Victor, what movie could you watch over and over without getting tired of?
A few come to mind. I would say
Give me a few.
okay. One of them is the what's it called? The Pick of Destiny. It's the Tenacious. It's a Jack Black has a band for any of those who are unaware called Tenacious D, and they made this really cheesy movie in the mid 2000s. And my cousin and I, who my cousin, essentially my brother, him and I, we love Tenacious D. They're hilarious, and that movie's just so cheesy. I could watch that a million times. Um,
Was that Pick of Destiny?
the Pick of Destiny, yes.
Yes, I
Tenacious
loved it. I
D.
loved it too. Yes.
It's just such a cheesy, such a simple, just fun film.
Once again, here, thanks for coming on here, sharing your journey here with Top Step, sharing your views, sharing your knowledge. I'm sure that somebody has taken some really good information and going to turn that around and use it for success. So, any
Well,
last words, Victor?
I yes, actually, hold on. I am on Discord. I do want to link up with some other futures traders. So this is my Discord. You can add me. I don't know which one of these you'll be able to see. I wrote it backwards and forwards. I don't know if my camera's picking up, but wait, is that the same thing? No, it's upside down. There we
Actually,
go.
it was right side up and upside down. There you go. Okay,
There
good.
we go. Okay, I wrote one of those should be visible. I'm not sure what. That's my Discord. So add me as a friend, and I'm gonna try to find the Topstep Discord. I didn't even know that was a thing. But that's but no last words. Thank you for taking the time to interview me. I
Fun
appreciate it.
time, fun time, fun time. So hope everybody enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Until we meet again, I'm Eddie Horn. Stay focused, stay positive, trade well, and take care.